Look, as is the shrine, so is the worship. And as is the religion, so is the reality. And there are many realities. Might be Hebraic, might be ancient Egyptian, come theosophy, could be Christian revelationary, could be Hindu, could be Buddhist reality. Chinese religions too. Could be Mormonism. Could be the sort of Ananda and SRF, Yogananda type religion. Could be Krishnamurti approach. There are many realities. They are, many of them, intricate. Incredibly complex. They're as real as each dream. Do you see that in some sense life embraces a staggering variety of realities, and they sort of exist simultaneously in terms of time and location. I mean, on the earth in this case. And the ones I've mentioned were there in the last few thousand years, aren't they? Don't take the consistency and the complexity to impress you that that is the reality. You must resign yourself to or embrace. There are many realities out there, and which one you embrace will say something of the way you want to go. For whatever reason seems good to you, and presumably in consequence of who you are, either at present or deep down long term. But I'm saying you, in some ideal sense, should be choosing, well, I suppose you choose the one that is ideal for you. But I would that you chose one that would bring you the most fullness of life and happiness, joy, peace, goodness, prosperity. Yes. So I have, without really realizing it, not uncovered the truth, so to speak, created what I want the truth to be. And all religions, all complex theologies, belief systems are that. They're a construction, a joint construction, in that many people have contributed to the complexity of each one. And each constitutes a reality in which you can abide in. And I don't say there's a freedom for everyone. In fact, if anything, each person is locked into the belief system that they've engaged. And I mean, I don't and that system, that belief system, is as real as a dream. And I mean that in the ambiguity of the statement. It seems utter reality, and it is. It's a reality you can live in and build on, and yet it's as self-contained a reality as a dream is. And let me risk saying this for a moment, has no more validity than any other dream. It can be, or it can pass away and vanish. You can wake up from it. And of course, many of the religions do emphasize this. Notion of enlightenment is at the end of it. That in some sense you leave the turmoil of and the burden of the striving, the developing in the dream for some nirvana or heaven at the end, some enlightenment, something beyond words and beyond all the stress and demands that the particular religion has for its members whilst they're wrestling to understand and reach the nirvana at the end, the heaven. So, my view that the universe is the thought of God, the ongoing dream that God is holding, is a consistent reality that we can be living in. And in some sense, the creation of God's mind is holding all these possibilities at once. Nothing can exist but for God's sort of reasoning. And even that is a possible choice of reality, you see. we can live in a reality that we want to believe in. It's the incredible gift of God, and even this, as I spin it, is another reality. It's the incredible gift of God that He allows you to live and experience in the system, so to speak, that you want, or that you've been drawn into by circumstance, but that the circumstance is itself something in you is or wants to move towards, and it unfolds and blossoms into the reality that you're in. Now I know I'm building another complex. From my perspective, it's better, of course. But my perspective is only my perspective, and I'm trying to jump from what I am to either what fundamentally is, or what I want to be fundamentally. You know, I'm thinking, aren't I, that I want reality beyond all these realities of religion. I want there to be a true reality. I want there to be a true wonderfulness, conceived of by the most wonderful being, almost by definition, therefore. And in a sense, by definition, that is the place to be living in. That's the reality to choose. And I'm trying to either conceive or get to and embrace that. I'm trying to jump the gap from what I am to what is actually perfect. And I don't know, I can't quite grasp what actuality is, given all these realities can be realities, could be the actuality. But they're not. They seem imperfect from who I am, at least who I seem to be at present. And so I'm wandering from one reality to another. I've embraced happily, in a sense, not toothfully, but the different beliefs of many systems, many religions, many theologies. And I always want something better. They're incredibly impressive, some of them, in all different sorts of ways. And they're populated with persons that, well, have many good qualities. And of course each system seems to have many problems, almost inconsistencies. Inconsistencies which are sort of not inconsistencies in the system itself. They're validated, but I'm not happy with them, you know. Well, like the flood stories, or these fantastic divas that, well, lack of recognition of the warmth and loveliness of Heavenly Father. I mean, I can't embrace, though each of these systems is fantastic and offers something to be valued and treasured. I look for something that's an improvement, better. Seems to be what I, as a person, am doing. Is this creativity something to be embraced, shunned, or understood and then indicative of a solution, something better? I think I'm conceiving of reality as being on a particular track, and well, there are many tracks I could have been on, any one of them, and perhaps several at once, even though they're not consistent with each other, or I could make them consistent with yet another track, yet another theology, theosophy, religion, belief system. Modern world is probably spinning its own belief system, weakly traced in, mildly traced in its political correctness and custom and so on. There are belief customs and value customs, aren't there? So that societies are breeding belief systems as they adjust to the changes that in the environment in which they happen and exist. By environment, I mean both politically and internationally and so on. It does come back to, as is the shrine, so is the worshipper. I can't, in a sense, tell you if my reality of choice is better than any other. I can only say it's there. And it's not even there in some rigid sense. Our view of any religion, be it Christianity or Hinduism, can change through time and location and who we know, what we've done individually, so that each religion is in fact a composite of each individual member's view of what that religion is. And they're all living their own reality in that sense. And there's a sort of overall composite reality you can call a belief system or religion and so on, or even a culture, and it's got all sorts of inconsistencies in it because, of course, it's a composite view of the many individuals whose view can be traced of it. collage of realities made up from or by the incredible numbers of persons and thoughts that are, say, in the world at present and have been in the past and will be in the future. This vast collage is just what it is, a vast collage of dreams. In that particular view, it's only one view, this one that I'm saying, and even that statement is a view. I think wow, we are used to choosing the best of something, aren't we? And we quite simply choose the best. We are each choosing the best from our perspective. And by best we probably mean that which is consistent as we understand it towards what we value, who we are.